We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at prisonplanet.tv.
You are obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
A lie. No man is obsolete.
You have no function, Mr. Wordsworth. You're an anachronism, like a ghost from another time.
I am nothing more than a reminder to you that you cannot destroy truth by burning pages.
You're a bug, Mr. Wordsworth, a crawling insect, an ugly, misformed little creature who has no purpose here, no meaning.
I am a human being.
Words, Mr. Wordsworth, that have no substance and no dimension, like air, like the wind.
I don't care. I tell you, I don't care. I'm a human being. I exist. And if I speak one thought aloud, that thought lives, even after I'm shoveled into my grave.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions that you inject into your veins to make you think you have a strength when you have no strength at all. You have nothing but spindly limbs and a dream, and the state has no use for your kind.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
We are back live. It is Tuesday, the 11th day of October, 2011. Adam Kokesh confronted in public by the Royal Occupy DC people who previously called for authoritarian rule and total wealth confiscation and the Sovietization of America. Michael Moore, of course, saying the same thing. Kokesh told he can't videotape in America in public. And now we're being told the same thing, our reporters, our listeners. all over the United States. You take your stinking Ron Paul and you get out of here. We're going to march now to Republican billionaires' houses, and we're going to praise tax increases and the Obama agenda. And then every time you criticize us, we're going to say, we don't have any political view. How dare you be partisan? This is incredible. I remember 2 years ago seeing Republicans try to kick out Ron Paul supporters at Tea Party events across the country, saying, don't try to take over our movement. A movement started by Ron Paul supporters in Austin, Texas, and Boston, Massachusetts. It's the same thing. I've had the Occupy Fed people send me emails. I've seen videos they've done saying, we don't want you here, Alex Jones, co-opting our Occupy Wall Street. I don't want to co-opt your movement for collectivism. I'm there saying we've been protesting the Fed for decades. For decades. And we're pointing out to the public who is concerned about the real threat that we better get out there and get media attention onto the real threat. Not some general nebulous thing about let's raise taxes on the rich, which is exactly what the Federal Reserve, I mean, just type in Federal Reserve calls for value-added tax. Type in Council on Foreign Relations, which basically is the political arm of the Federal Reserve, calls for a VAT or national sales tax. In fact, show people right now, please. Just type in Council on Foreign Relations, national VAT is needed to pay off debt. CFR calls for national VAT. Federal Reserve calls for national VAT. I mean, they're saying, to pay off the debt you owe America, we need this. And this is the Federal Reserve that maneuvered us, the wealthiest country in the world, 50 years ago to now the biggest debtor nation. We had half the world's wealth just a few decades ago. Now we're a giant debtor nation. All stolen through fraud. And that they've got 20-30% of the people on some type of government assistance that they can now use as their dependents, as their army. And they've now deployed these people onto the streets who are ignorant to say, raise taxes. And I've got to watch every major neocon talk show host call for VAT and sales taxes to pay off, quote, what we owe, when it's not our debt, 90+% of it. I got to watch Herman Cain, the former head of the Kansas City Federal Reserve, an extremely high-level position. That's almost as high as it gets. You got the head of the New York Fed, that's about all there is above it. And what's he calling for? A sales tax on top of the income tax and the Social Security tax. Those will just be lowered at first. What did I tell you for 16 years the plan is? They're going to sell you on a VAT or sales tax to get rid of the income tax, and they're going to keep all of them. I know them. I know the enemy. I eat, sleep, and drink them because I saw what they did in 1913. We got to get a report out on this. They came out and said, we just want a 1% tax on millionaires, which were billionaires of the day. Of course, the Rockefellers on record were worth about $3 billion at the time. That would be in trillions today. And, of course, they wrote the whole thing, and they had loopholes where they were exempt from it until World War II, and they expanded it as a withholding on everybody as a wartime tax. And by the 50s, they jacked up those taxes something fierce because Americans were patriotic. So they started taxing auto plant workers 50% income tax. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're going to bring all that back again. All of you people, just like the fools that went and tried to get Obama elected. And I'm not saying McCain would have been good either. That's how they control it. That's how Don King controls a fight. He owns both fighters. Point is, you thought, oh, thank you, Mr. President, when he was president-elect, I'll soon get a free car, free house, everything free, free education. And Obama would go along with it. He'd say, you bet, I'm going to get it for you free. Did you get all that free? Let me tell you something. This whole George Soros thing, this whole globalist Warren Buffett thing with these wicked old men, Soros has been convicted in multiple countries. He just lost his appeal in France for crimes of ripping people off and destroying currencies and destroying people's pension funds. This is a guy who aided and abetted the Nazis rounding up his own people on record and gave a 60 Minutes interview saying he was pretty much proud of it. And you're told he's a humanitarian. And he's a guy that owns organizations and media outlets that attack this radio show every day and send private detectives around trying to find dirt on him, yours truly, and they can't find it. because it doesn't exist. I'm an open book. I stole beer a couple times when I was a kid out of the backs of golf carts. I've smoked pot with Joe Rogan. Whoop-dee-doo. Smoke pot about once a year. Just to test it out and see if I'm for legalizing it. Will I drive fast? Had a lot of girlfriends in college. Got anything else? Try to manufacture some stuff? You're not going to find it. I'm a red-blooded American. And you don't like it. You don't like it, do you? Make me sick. And you think you're going to sit there and be able to successfully lead all these people down a rat hole. I got to sit here and watch George Soros. I have had Media Matters on the phone, one of their head editors. Last year they wanted to interview me. And I said, George Soros funds you. And the guy laughed and said, no, he doesn't. And I pulled right up on the federal filings. While I was on the phone, I said, here's $1 million here, $1 million there. And the guy started laughing. He goes, oh, you know how to do your research. I mean, they just talk to me like I'm an animal. Like I'm not even a real person. You're talking to a real person here. You got that, Jack? You're talking to somebody who is awake, who isn't looking to be conned, who doesn't play into your games. I'm not willfully ignorant. And, you know, I know a secret. I know that I'm just average intelligence and that other people are just in a trance, a literal trance. And I'm going to unlock their trance. Because that's the one gift God gave me, is I know how to unlock people's minds. Not to even give them my information. I know how to kick those chains off and kick that door open to get them to get some fresh air in and see what's really going on. And we are going to identify you, and we're going to bring you to justice. We've got some Nazi sympathizer strutting around, trying to destabilize our country and our dollar, and trying to go around politically and shut down free speech in this country, and demonizing yours truly and trying to take over the Occupy Wall Street. This is a guy who overthrew countries in Eastern Europe and put new tyrannies in. This is a guy with the Georgians that tried to start a war with Russia. This is a monster parasite. It's time that these people not sit around and have the fake moral high ground and lecture us all day. These are not liberals. Al Gore is not a liberal. He is a degenerate, disgusting, transparent roach, a maggot, a mosquito, a diseased parasite, dripping with con artistry. Folks, you all have discernment. Use it. Use it. What does your discernment tell you about Alex Jones right now? Do you see me? Look at me. Look at me. You know what that means? Look at my soul. Look at me. Use your discernment. It's there. Now, think about Al Gore. What is that? Well, what comes to mind there? Yeah, you got discernment. Start using it. Start using it. Start researching. All right, I'm ranting. I want to calm down here for a moment, and I want to just give me a document cam shot if you can right over here. I want to show people a couple articles here. We've reached just in this general area. We've reached a Rubicon point where the Democrats are now basically trying to trash their own minion, Barack Obama. I'm going to be covering that later. That's a big deal. We've now reached that point. California governor is saying they're going to protect warrantless wiretapping of cell phones. Also, they're going to go ahead with the lying to kids and saying it's the law to take shots and giving them shots without parental consent. That's really what they're doing over there. We've got the Occupy agitators attempt to ban First Amendment. There's also another big article that Paul Watson did today that's very important, that needs to get more attention. VeriSign, we can even document cam over here. VeriSign demands power to kill abusive websites. I need to get to that. Manager of all.com. Internet addresses seeks authority to terminate domains on government order without legal oversight. No judge, no jury, just the agencies say it happens.